Hare Krishna. My name is Sri Chaitanya Chandra. Welcome all to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a very special video. This video is about my true story, what happened with me in 2010, abduction and escape, how I was kidnapped by my relatives from the temple, how I stayed with them for 11 days and how I escaped. This is a real true story that happened with me. So please watch the whole video and please like and subscribe. Hare Krishna. It was February 20, 2010. I got a call from my cousin brother saying he is going to visit me in the evening. After finishing my regular duties, I eagerly awaited their arrival. At around 7 p.m., my two cousin brothers arrived at Sri Radha Kunja Bihari temple in camp. After showing them the deities and other parts of the temple, we sat in one corner chatting. It was almost 3 years since I had left home to join the temple as brahmacari, and we all felt nice to have a reunion. My cousin asked me to come and see his new car that he had brought to the temple. It was parked in the outside parking area. I agreed very enthusiastically. As I opened the door and looked inside the car, 4 strong men suddenly pulled me inside. They locked the door, shut my mouth and drove the car immediately. I was shocked to see my one cousin brother sitting inside the car, and I saw 4 other cars following us. Reality soon dawned upon me. I had been kidnapped, and the kidnappers were hired by none other than my relatives. I couldn't believe this. A fly trapped in a cobweb gets more entangled while trying to escape. I fear that if I confront them, they may do serious harm to me. Realizing that it would be dangerous to try to escape, I did not protest and chanted Hare Krishna softly, praying for guidance. Ashish, the leader of the gang, asked me to stop chanting Hare Krishna, but I continued. My brother acted as a mediator between Ashish and me. Some gang members suggested that they take a U-turn and drop me back to the temple. They feared that torturing a sadhu could put them in trouble and ruin their life. But Ashish was unmoved and didn't hold such fears. After 3 hours, we reached Ahmednagar, my hometown, and I hoped that they would drop me there. But they continued driving and took me to Aurangabad, another 4-hour drive. It was midnight when we reached there, and I felt exhausted. They put me in a small cabin along with 2 men. My cousin spoke some consoling words and went away. The night somehow ended, but a new phase of miserable experiences began. Once while I was chanting Hare Krishna, Ashish told me to stop, but I continued to chant without paying heed to him. Burning in anger, he and his assistants started beating me. I broke down in tears. Then they forced me to give up my devotional dress, that is dhoti and kurta, and ordered me to wear shirt and pant. Ashish challenged me, "You can try to escape from here, and if it takes me more than 15 minutes to find you, I will release you." He was an influential politician come hoodlum and had several contacts in the city. Once Ashish and his friends took me to a dhaba, a highway restaurant located far away from the city. We reached there at 1 a.m. Knowing well that I was a vegetarian, they ordered varieties of non-veg food and started reveling on them. I couldn't wait to see them finish. All the while the sound system blared rock music that was unbearable to my ears. Another time, Ashish and his friends got a pornographic movie and played it in front of me. I immediately removed my specs so I could avoid seeing it. When they saw that the movie did not affect me at all, they concluded that I had transcended sexual passion. They asked me to go to sleep, to which I happily agreed. One evening, Ashish took me to a beer bar. There, they tried to force me to consume liquor. I flatly refused. I had decided that I will die but will not break any of the 4 regulative principles, namely, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. They were shocked to see my resolve. Then they asked me to at least take a soft drink. Reluctantly, I agreed. I feared that if I refused, I would be forced to do something worse. I didn't have my japa beads. I wasn't carrying them when I came to see the new car that was going to abduct me. So I chanted whenever and wherever I could. Out of concern, my cousin came daily to meet me. I knew that if I had to escape, then it would be impossible without his help. I pleaded with him. It has been 11 days since I arrived here and the stay here is getting unbearable. Can we go out for some strolling in the town tomorrow? I asked. And to my surprise, he instantly agreed. Next day, after taking Ashish's permission, my brother took me out on the pretext of seeing a movie. We went to his workplace where he worked as security guard. Having spent sleepless nights, I immediately fell asleep as soon as I got a small place to rest. To my surprise, when I woke up, I saw nobody around. I realized there could be no better opportunity to escape than this. My mind started reeling. I had to take a quick decision. But there was a problem. I didn't have my glasses with me. A few days back, Ashish had broken them when he slapped me in a fit of fury after I disobeyed one of his instructions. I feared that if I escaped without my glasses, I may accidentally run into my captors. Time was running out. My brother could arrive any time. By Lord Krishna's mercy, I got the inspiration to take the risk, and without wasting a moment, I ran out of the gate just like a person caught in fire runs to a river to save his life. After running for several minutes, I spotted an auto rickshaw and jumped into it. But where did I want to go? I remembered seeing a petrol pump while I was moving with Ashish, but it was somewhere far outside the city. I asked the driver to take me there. Upon reaching the place, I had no money to pay for the travel fare. So I removed my wristwatch and gave it to the driver in exchange of money. The driver stared at me in wonder, speechless. Without waiting to explain to him my situation, I got down from the auto rickshaw and ran towards the mountain that I saw at a distance. After running for several minutes, I felt breathless and tired and wanted to rest, but I suddenly realized that my kidnappers would be desperately searching for me. I walked through the forest briskly, singing Narsimha prayers all the time. I remembered Raghunath Das Goswami, a 16th century saint who had made a similar escape through the jungles of India in order to meet Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. I wondered what to do next. Should I spend some days in the forest until everything settles down so I could escape peacefully? What will I eat and where will I sleep? I picked up some fruits and leaves and began tasting them, but I was not sure if they were edible. I had heard that some forest trees bore poisonous fruits, although they appear delicious. Not wanting to take unnecessary risk, I decided to fast. When I saw the dense forest that lay ahead, I could not muster the courage to stay there alone in the cold night with cold-blooded animals, snakes, scorpions and other dangerous creatures. By evening I came out of the forest and took a safe village road. I decided to hitchhike and go to a place where I could spend the night. I stopped a biker and requested for a lift. "Where do you want to go?" he asked me. I had no answer. "Where do you want to go?" I asked him. "That's where I want to go." He seemed a bit surprised but agreed to drop me anyway. After 30 minutes, I reached my destination. What next? I saw a small temple of Hanuman, the great devotee of Lord Ramchandra, and prayed intensely for guidance. When I turned around, I saw a little boy staring at me. Coming close to me, he innocently asked me if I had dinner. I said no. Immediately he ran to his home and came back with his father, carrying a glass of milk in one hand and a bhakri in other. He offered it to me. I recalled the story of Madhavendra Puri, another great saint of medieval India, for whom Lord Krishna personally brought milk when he was hungry. Surprisingly, the child's name was Krishna, and I considered this to be a personal reciprocation from the. Although not qualified to get a direct darshan, I felt that Krishna was kindly making all arrangements for my survival in this difficult time. The family also gave me a mattress and chadar so I could sleep peacefully. I lay down in the temple courtyard with other wanderers, but I could hardly sleep. I kept getting nightmares about my kidnappers. After getting up early in the morning, I chanted my japa on fingers and then left the place. I traveled to the next village by foot. Feeling hungry, I begged for food from the local villagers, who happily shared with me whatever they had cooked. I felt satisfied and energized. Then I hitchhiked to the next village. Here I met a person who said he was a devotee of Krishna. When I explained to him my situation, he realized I was in danger. Out of compassion, he gave me some money. The first thing I did with the money was to get a new pair of glasses. It was a big relief. Now I could see things clearly. I called up a devotee family in Hyderabad and informed them that I am coming to visit them for a few days. After several hours of bus journey, I reached their home. "Please stay with us as long as you wish," the family assured me. "If those ruffians come here searching for you, we will fight with them." It was so nice to hear such loving words. I spent my days staying at the homes of various devotees. I wanted to make sure that my relatives do not get a clue of my whereabouts. Several months passed and one day I called my uncle, who was the main leader in this whole plot. As soon as he heard my voice, he softened and apologized for his nefarious activities. My parents were unaware of the whole conspiracy. Finally, I returned to Pune after 6 months. The moment I entered the temple, I broke down. It was such an emotional homecoming for me. It appeared that their lordships, Sri Radha Kunja Bihari, were bathing me in their unlimited mercy by their loving glances. The devotees too showered their affection on me. Jubilant to see me back, everyone hugged and embraced me. I learnt a lesson through these incidents, that Krishna sometimes puts his devotee in difficulty to increase his determination and shake off his complacency. I might have become complacent in my devotional service. Hence, Krishna had to arrange all this through my relatives. Now I feel I have become more strong and determined to achieve perfection and go back home, back to Godhead in this very lifetime. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.